Please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
parents, friends, faculty, and board members, thank you for being here this evening. Tonight's ceremony signifies our graduation from high school. It's a moment that we've all thought about since our first day in kindergarten. This is a celebration of the work we've done together and the achievements that we've made. It's not an ending, it's a beginning. We are thankful for all you have done for us. We look forward to the future, knowing that you have been there for us in the past and will always be there with us as we enter the next chapter of our lives. On behalf of the Milaca High School class of 2018, welcome to our commencement ceremony.
There's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us in the sky.
I'm Joelle, the senior class vice president.
And I'm DJ, the senior class secretary. Our class is definitely one that the Milaca school system won't forget.
From good times and bad times, we've been through it all.
We had a tornado warning in 2nd grade and we all thought we were going to die. Everybody used to get fake married on the playground and even held ceremonies. Mr. Anderson used to sub and brought his guitar to sing to us.
Some of our favorites were Ring of Fire and Smokey the Bear. Remember when Alyssa and Dacia got hit by a car? We had responsibility cards. Logan Beck had the most hole punches and signatures by far.
Do you remember having birthday parties at Space Aliens and Chuck E. Cheese? Do you guys remember when Alice picked up Jeremiah by the collar at recess? Yeah, she got moved to crosswalk duty.
Do you guys remember when the homeless man came to the school and broke the glass door by the 5th grade hallway and we had a lockdown for an hour? Yep. Or when the mirrors were taken out of the girls' bathrooms because we spent too much time in there?
I guess our grade's pretty vain, huh?
Do you guys remember doing the 5th grade egg drop? Everyone fought over who got to drop the eggs from the bleachers.
Hey, Joelle, do you remember when Brianna Van Donzel threw up on your desk in Mr. Zimmer's class? It must have been a pretty hard math test.
Mason, where are you, buddy? Yeah. Do you guys remember when he had highlights and everyone called him Chipmunk? Or when Owen and Thomas got into a fist fight at Deep Portage?
I remember at Deep Portage, Mr. Rademacher yelled at all of us and took away our granola bars. I can guarantee at least half the girls were bawling their eyes out that night. Do you remember at Deep Portage when everybody was obsessed with Joe the counselor and his brother? He was so hot.
I remember when Owen had Roger the Unicorn and it got taken away constantly. And then Alyssa Leopold gave away scented pine cones.
Do you remember when we got mechanical pencils banned and we tied our t-shirts with hair binders? What a fashion statement.
Do you guys remember when we had silly bands, Heelys, duct tape flower pens, and Bakugans? Hey Travis, you still rocking those Heelys though. Do you guys remember the llama song?
Sam and Erica had that thing down. I remember Leah Ronning painted the shells at the church we stayed at on our 7th grade Duluth band trip, and we almost didn't get asked back.
Do you guys remember when the salad bar got taken away from us?
Remember when we moved up to high school and we got 2 options for hot lunch and we didn't have to raise our hand to dump our tray?
Best thing that ever happened. Speaking of best things that ever happened, remember when we started a food fight in 8th grade? Jake Holcomb was so mad because he was wearing his $180 jeans.
Do you guys remember when JB got his head stuck in a plastic chair? Sorry, JB. Do you remember when Spencer was always late to first hour with Miss Burrows in 8th grade?
I remember when Curtis Byer had a rat tail. Greasy. Or when a pole on the baseball field, or when Caitlin dislocated her knee putting on a pair of pants.
Do you guys remember when Owen had a deep muscle bruise? Turns out he shattered his hip. Thanks, Barb. Do you guys remember when Will and Aiden both broke their legs on the same year? It's kind of like when your mom asks you if your friend would jump off a cliff if you would too, but it's breaking your leg. The last couple years of our education here were legendary.
Like the time Anya sat on the table during the ACT test, and there was a bear on the sports field. Or when everyone was wearing Rhode and Iron sweatshirts.
Do Do you guys remember when the entire senior class got into a fight on Twitter?
Hey DJ, do you remember that time you got caught doing a senior prank by Patnode?
Sorry, buddy. Do you remember that time Aiden and Trent became really close friends on the golf course? Or when Travis body slammed Zach?
Or do you guys remember when Peyton stole the clock from Annandale? Do you guys remember when Joe and Devin fought in Mr. V's?
It's not like we had a week left or anything. And then this, we had some boys ride bicycles in on Tractor Day.
And then they took Tractor Day away from us.
School together have been crazy, and we can't wait to remember these times at our class reunions. On behalf of your senior class officers, we'd like to say thank you, class of 2018.
We out!
Good evening. My name is Ken Bergstrom, and on behalf of the Milaca Scholarship Foundation, congratulations, class of 2018. It's an honor to be here tonight to celebrate this year's distribution of over $83,000 in scholarships for students pursuing vocational and higher education. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the many generous people who are listed in your program who have made these scholarships possible. They include District 912 faculty and staff, alumni, family memorials, First National Bank, and other generous local businesses and organizations in your community, and those of you who support our annual fundraising events. Thank you. Lastly, thanks to our board members who year after year volunteer their time and talents to maintain the operations of this growing foundation. This year, we're in the midst of a unique fundraising campaign called the Legacy Fund. This was initiated by one of our very successful alumni who has pledged through his estate to match all donations through the year 2021 up to $1 million. And if we reach $1 million, he will grant us a second $1 million. This will essentially triple the dollars that we can distribute each year and would allow us to give out more four-year scholarships for generations to come. We will be promoting this campaign to the public over the next 3 years, and we hope you will consider helping us in this opportunity. The generosity seen in the Milaca Scholarship Foundation over the past 31 years is a demonstration of the high value your community places on its graduates. Every one of you is a unique creation with a special set of skills and a purpose. For the past 18 years, your community has helped you develop into the person that you are today. Now that you finished your K-12 education, what you learn the rest of your life is up to you. We do know that with the rapid accumulation of knowledge in modern society, you will need to be lifelong learners. And our hope is that you will embrace that responsibility and use your education to be competent, caring, and responsible citizens who will give back to the community around you. Finally, I'd like to let you know that our support for you does not end here today. You can apply for additional scholarships from us during your subsequent years of higher education. And we encourage you to stay connected with us via our website and Facebook. Now, fellow board member Jeremy Mikla will read this year's list of awards. Thank you.
Graduates, when I announce your name, please stand and remain standing until all are read. Audience, please hold our applause until all are announced. Dylan Ash, Robert L. Erickson Memorial Endowment and Milaca Scholarship Fund Endowment. Joseph Baker, Virgil Atkins Memorial. Ellie Banks, Alternative Sources of Energy. Logan Beck, MSF Ultra Golf Classic. Jade Berg, William Harriman Dean Isaacson STEM Endowment and MSF Endowment. Emma Burns, Vi and Tuovi Salo Family Memorial Endowment Music Scholarship and MSF Endowment. Maria Burns, Rudolph C. Majorly Memorial Endowment, MSF Endowment. Darian Carpenter Miller, MSF Endowment. Kayla Courteau, Charles R. Johnson Memorial Endowment and MSF Endowment. Spencer Crook, Dale Rosenberg Endowment and MSF Endowment. Vanessa Dierberg, Bill Jacobson Memorial and MSF Endowment. Daniel DeVos, Virgil Atkins Memorial. Nicole Doles, Doris Ruth Johnson Endowment and Milaca United Methodist Women. Joselito Erickson, MSF Endowment. Abigail Forker, First National Bank of Milaca Endowment, Ted and Jane Osmo Memorial Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Chase French, Pat Nelson Education Minnesota, and MSF Endowment. Abigail Grimm, Carl E. Johnson Memorial Endowment, Kurt and Eleanor Johnson Memorial Endowment. Aiden Hamill, MSF Endowment. Bryce Haw, MSF Ultra Golf Classic. Michael Heinen, Vern and June Cook Memorial Endowment, and Alvin and Marion Lamprecht Memorial Endowment. Jess Hellman, Andre and Alvina Swanson Memorial Endowment, and Milaca American Legion Endowment. Samantha Herbert, Martha Osmo Jaros Memorial Endowment, Richard's Family Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Carter Herbst, Charles R. Johnson Memorial Endowment, MSF Endowment. Brooke Holmes, Charles R. Johnson Memorial Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Chase Horrigan, Alternative Sources of Energy. Shane Hoskins, MSF Ultra Golf Classic. Paige Hugg, Raleigh Eklund Family Endowment. Owen Jackson, Computer Science Engineering Endowment and MSF Endowment. Emma Johnson, Dr. Paul J. Keith Memorial Endowment, Herb Claffey Memorial Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Gracelyn Lamphere, Virgil Atkins Memorial. Nicholas Larson, East Central Energy and MSF Endowment. Alyssa Leopold, John and Artis Becklin Endowment, and Loretta May Dusty McQuaid Memorial Endowment and MSF Endowment. Travis Lubrandt, Loretta May Dusty McQuaid Memorial Endowment, Richard's Family Endowment, MSF Endowment. Zachary Ludwig, MSF Ultra Golf Classic. Erica Mullis, Burton Pete Allen Memorial Endowment and MSF Endowment. Kate Manileff, David Kruger Memorial, Employees of the First National Bank of Milaca Endowment and MSF Endowment. Timothy Manthe, Myron Swenson Memorial and MSF Endowment. Alyssa Nelson, Milaca Area Hospital District Endowment and MSF Endowment. Brianna Ordorf, the Cindy Zilmer Memorial Endowment. Dylan Patchen, Gary St. John Memorial Endowment. Marissa Peel, Thora Allen Memorial Endowment. Logan Peterson, MSF Endowment. Kendall Rensenbrink, Leonard and Anna Sagan Johnson Memorial Endowment and MSF Endowment. Will Rensenbrink, MSF Endowment. Andrew Roden, MSF Endowment. Joseph Rail, Paul A. Olson Memorial Endowment. Peyton Rothenberg, Robert L. Erickson Memorial Endowment. Chloe Rowland, Bremer Bank of Princeton, and MSF Endowment. Madeline Salgren, MSF Endowment. Craig Santama, Charles R. Johnson Memorial Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Bailey Schmitz, Leonard M. and Gladys M. Paulson Memorial Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Jeremiah Shoemaker, First National Bank of Milaca Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Ethan Shores, Greater Milaca Area Chamber of Commerce Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Lauren Seamers, Milaca Scholarship Foundation Legacy Fund, and MSF Endowment. Parker Slade, MSF Endowment. Chloe Smith, Doug and Toby Henschel Memorial Endowment, ISD 912 Administration and School Board, Jacobson Family Memorial Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Trenton Smith, MSF Ultra Golf Classic. Zachary Tenhaken, Gordon and Ione Allen Memorial Endowment, Ken Trimble Memorial Endowment, MSF Endowment. Katrina Tobin, Employees of the First National Bank of Milaca, Mark and Kathy Riebel Endowment, Medtronic Incorporated Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Madison Trandle, John T. Jack Allen Memorial Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Emily Trudell, MSF 4-Year Endowment Fund, and MSF Endowment. Chloe Trubenbach, Pete and Karen Hajdukovic Endowment, Luddy Martinson Memorial Endowment, and MSF Endowment. Braden Van Blaricom, MSF Endowment. Jalen Verink, Governor Elmer L. Anderson Memorial Endowment. Ashley Walter, Milaca Area Hospital District Endowment. Ben Widener, MSF Ultra Golf Classic. Jesse Wills, MSF Ultra Golf Classic, and Alex Ziegler, Virgil Atkins Memorial. Let's please give all these graduates a round of applause.
Hello everybody, my name is Joe Rail and I'm here tonight with great honor to give you this final speech before we set free. Oliver Goldsmith once quoted that life is a journey that must be traveled no matter how bad the roads and the accommodations. I feel that this quote can really speak to this class, as this class has not had a smooth journey here at Milaca, whether it be through the loss of life, illnesses, and some new life being created in the midst of all these troubles. Throughout all that this grade has been through, most of us have stuck together and have stayed supportive to one another. We have been on this journey for quite some time now, and it's what we know. Now let's take a moment to reflect on what we have learned and look at the lessons that we have been given on this journey. In elementary school, we were taught the basics, such as reading, writing, adding, and subtracting. But it were not these lessons that were the most valuable. Rather, it were the lessons that we created without even noticing it, such as the great independence we received by getting to go to school without our parents by our side and having to learn how to tie our shoes or go to the bathroom all on our own. Next, we moved on into middle school. Here we learned even more difficult things in school, like the bunch of useless math equations and the extensive list of vocab words in English class that we will never remember after we take the test. But the lessons that were more important were the ones when we found our friends, because here we found out where we fit in. Even though in middle school we are at a very awkward stage in life, we found friends, and many of us now have those friends to stick with us through this life. We learned so much more in middle school though than we realized. This grade especially learned that we are not good at sports at all, and rather we should just stick to band and choir. We also definitely learned how to deal with drama. In middle school, we welcomed our good friend Snapchat into our lives. Snapchat has brought us so many more ways to hear about and watch the girls in this grade attack one another maliciously, but then the next day miraculously be best friends again in school. Now we went into high school. Here people started to go their own ways. We now got to choose more of the classes we wanted to take. Therefore, the grade became a bit more segregated than it was in middle school. In high school, we learned so much more than any other classes had to learn. We have had to deal with the loss of two incredibly amazing and beautiful individuals. I can still remember it like it was yesterday, as if the creative and artistic soul of Katrina Metzold was still here with us, inspiring people with her art skills and her musical talents. And it is like it was just yesterday as well, that the contagious laugh and the mysterious smile of Anya Sahinen was still here with us, infecting others with that laugh. We all have memories that we can remember about each one of these incredible people. They will always be a part of our lives, and we can never forget them and need to remember them as we set sail onto our next journey. I thank each one of them for the amazing memories that they have blessed me with. We all have different places to be and places to go. We are meant to be on this earth, and we are needed somewhere. You need to know that you matter and that there's somewhere and someone out there who needs you. So go out and find where you are meant to be. Do not be afraid to take foreign roads. Take chances and take the lessons that we have been taught on this long journey we've been on, to set high expectations and go somewhere with them. Class of 2018, so many of you are meant to be in this small town, as many of you are not. So go out and find where you are meant to be. This class is like no other, but be not afraid, for our mistakes can only be used to create a more successful future. Every single one of you crazy people matter, and you can go anywhere, and many people will be rooting for you. I, for one, will be rooting you all on. Do not be afraid. Take chances and go somewhere. William Feather once quoted, "One way to get the most out of life is to look upon it as an adventure." Go and start your adventure. Be free, Milaca's class of 2018.
Good evening. I'd like to start tonight by welcoming you all to the 2018 Milaca High School graduation. Thank you parents, siblings, relatives, friends, and staff members for being here tonight to celebrate the class of 2018. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the students for giving me this opportunity. As I've thought about, rather stressed about, what I would share with you today, I have reflected on how I got to where I am today. I first really thought about becoming a teacher in the 9th grade. That year I was lucky enough to have U.S. history with Mr. Dan Johnson. Mr. Johnson was an inspiring teacher. He brought history to life before our eyes on a daily basis. I can vividly remember crawling on my hands and knees into my designated trench during World War I, to the sounds of gunfire and bombs. I purchased an apple for 5 cents from an apple seller during the Great Depression as he attempted to make enough income to pay off the credit he owed and purchase enough food to feed his family. And I celebrated in Times Square on Victory Day in Japan with my fellow Americans. Mr. Johnson brought history alive. He is the reason that I pursued the career of teaching history. To be honest, high school was very easy for me. I graduated from Cambridge Isani High School in 2002, ranked 23 out of 307 students. That fall, I left for the University of Wisconsin-River Falls with 1 full year of college complete, having earned 32 credits for college during high school. I really thought that I was smart and that college was going to be as easy or easier than high school. I was wrong. Today I believe 100% that a C is a good grade, but after completing high school with all A's except 1 B in welding class, still bitter, I expected that my college career would be the same. I recognize now that this is absolutely not a big deal, but when I earned a C for the first time in college, I thought that was it. I could never recover from a C. My GPA is ruined. I'll never graduate with honors or make it on the dean's list. And to be honest, I felt like a failure when my roommate, that had the same classes as me, always earned A's. How can I expect to be able to teach students when I can only earn an average grade? I contemplated giving up. 2 people helped me realize that what I had deemed a failure was really not a big deal. My mother has always been a huge support to me. She basically told me to get over myself, pull up my boots, and move on. The second person was my professor, Professor Martin. He told me that I was neurotic, not the first time, and that I had to realize that perfection is unattainable, but improvement is always achievable. I am very thankful that I did not give up. After that first year, things got easier. I was fortunate to find new friends whom I have strong relationships with today. I traveled the East Coast twice through 2 college courses which inspired my student travel today, and I learned a ton about myself and the type of teacher that I wanted to become. I overcame what I thought was failure and achieved a bachelor's degree from UWRF in 2006. As students who are about to receive your diplomas, you know best that tests are a huge part of education. Right or wrong, we are tested over the course of our high school and college careers and are expected to prove that we have learned enough information by passing exams. The same is true for your educators. After receiving my diploma, in order to earn a teaching license in Minnesota, I had to pass the Minnesota Teacher Licensure Exam. I took the MTLE fully expecting to pass and to quickly be able to go out and find a teaching job, but I failed. I failed the MTLE by 1 point. I had not proven that I had basic skills competency according to the Minnesota Board of Teaching. I felt like an absolute and complete failure. I was embarrassed and apparently incompetent. I was at a loss for what to do. Do I retake the exam knowing that I could feel this way again? Failure. I really considered a career change. Maybe this was a sign that I should move to Nashville and fulfill my dream of becoming a country singer. Fortunately, for everybody on radio, I did not give up. I did not allow the failure of this first exam to keep me from fulfilling my dream of becoming a high school teacher. Fortunate for you guys too. I took the exam again, and I am proud to say that I passed the MTLE by 1 point. I will be forever grateful that I did not give up. I earned my teaching license, began subbing immediately, and found my way to Milaca High School. Because of this achievement, I have had the opportunity to learn and grow with hundreds of students. Because of this achievement, I have been able to travel to Washington, D.C. 11 times with students and share my love of educational travel. Because of this achievement, I get to work with the best staff. Plus, I get the summers off. I did not give up. I was and continue to be unstoppable. I followed the words of the author, Bo Taplin. She was unstoppable, not because she did not have failures or doubts, but because she continued on despite them. I have enjoyed the opportunity to reflect on my life leading up to this moment. Again, as I've been preparing for this address tonight, I've been racking my brain to remember my high school graduation. I can remember the friends and family that were there to support me. I can remember walking across the stage to receive my diploma, but what I can't remember is the commencement address, which gave me courage in preparation for tonight because the likelihood any of you will remember anything I say is pretty slim. And if it's really bad, you have Mr. President Joe Rail to blame. It's his fault. Our lives are filled with achievement and failures. Over the course of your lifetimes, you will experience the joy of achievement and the discouragement of failure. As children and young adults, you have shared these achievements and failures with your family and friends that surround you today. From birth, your first achievements, first steps, first words, first day of kindergarten, and last day of school, woohoo, have been documented and memorialized through pictures and video. Throughout senior year, you have experienced excitement, disappointment, happiness, and grief. You have overcome a difficult year so that today we can all celebrate this moment of your achievement. This is your moment, your graduation day. Regardless of the ease of your struggles or struggles of your high school career, today you get to experience the joy of achieving your high school diploma. Today marks the start of a new chapter in each of your lives. But as you graduate today, don't forget to thank those who got you here today. Google, Wikipedia, Red Bull, copy-paste. In all seriousness, when the joy of this moment is over and you have time to reflect on the support you have received leading up to this point, I encourage you to give thanks to those who have supported you on your high school journey. As the chapter of your high school career ends, you are faced with new opportunities for achievement. Some of you may know where the next chapter is going to lead you, or at least have a pretty good idea. Some of you may be thinking, what am I supposed to do now? You may be ready to head off to college, to get out of Milaca and see the world. You may be enlisting in the U.S. military to serve your country and its people. Or you might be ready to get straight to work, get your hands dirty, and earn your own money. No matter where you are, what decisions you have made, or decisions you're still contemplating, don't be afraid to dream big dreams, to dare to achieve the unthinkable. It will not be your fear of failure that prevents you from achievement, but rather your lack of courage to try. Don't be afraid to fail. Learn from your failures and have the courage to try again. Have the courage to see failure not as finality, but as redirection. In 10 years, almost done, you may have the opportunity to celebrate this achievement again at your 10-year high school reunion. For some of you, this might be the first time you come back to Milaca after racing out of here, hell-bent on never looking back. For others, you may have never left, settling right here in the community of your childhood. Regardless of where you are in 10 years, I hope that each of you will reflect fondly on this little community of Milaca. I hope that over the years you speak highly of the community and the school that supported you in your achievements. My parting advice is this: it does not matter what career you choose. It does not matter how much money you make or where you decide to live. It does not matter if you decide to go to college, join the military, or go straight to work. It does not matter if you earn average grades. But what does matter is how you treat others. Treat all people with respect, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or sexuality. Don't be a bystander or sit idly by in the face of injustice. Walk in the footsteps of others before you choose to judge them based on their actions or inactions. Be purposeful in your relationships and open to new ones. Finally, I encourage you to make your greatest achievements those in the service to others. After all, as Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you.
I want to recognize a few students here before we get to the diploma process. Would Alyssa Leopold, Lauren Seamers, and Chloe Trubenbach please stand up? These three young ladies finished their high school career with a 4.0 GPA, so let's honor that. Now will the following students please stand? Kyran Kretinon, Joelle Knapp, Wyatt Crott, Joelle Knapp, yeah? Is that what I said? Quit messing with me, okay? You already got me with the tractor joke, okay? John Hall, Joe Lemke, Camden Sepula, and Mitchell Euling. These graduates have decided to serve our country and all of us here tonight by their enlistment in the United States military, and I'd like to take a second to honor them. Thank you and God bless you. All right, graduates, please rise. Superintendent Trubenbach, I present to you the graduates from the class of 2018 from Milaca High School. They have earned your acceptance.
On behalf of the Milaca School Board, administration, and teaching staff, I, Tim Trubenbach, Superintendent of Schools, do officially receive the Milaca High School class of 2018 and officially note that they have acquired the necessary credits, have successfully completed coursework, and passed examinations required of them by the state of Minnesota and the Milaca School District. May the official school district record state that on this day, May 18th, 2018, these young men and women have officially graduated from Milaca High School. Graduates, please be seated.
And just so you know, I love you all. One a little bit more than the rest, but I love you all. Kayla Marie Anderson. Richard Randy Arndt. Nicholas Patrick Armstrong. Dylan Michael Ash. Morgan Lucinda Atkins. Joseph Lee Baker. Ellie Joanna Banks. Jade Louise Bartz. Logan Gary Beck. Jade Marie Berg. Jason Mackenzie Bowman. Emma Audrey Burns. Alexander Robert Campbell. No. Maria Etta Burns. Serene Barbara Carpenter. Darian Jean Carpenter Miller. Ava Gazelle Canal. Kayla Nicole Corteau. Kyron Thomas Cretnon. Spencer Lines Crook. Moses Danilick. Vanessa Danielle Dearberg. Daniel John DeVos. Nicole Lee Doles. Parker John Duncan. Joselito Erickson. Gabrielle Anna Ferguson. Abigail May Forker. Dorian Joe Fredette Benson. Chase Lyle French. Chance Dalton Kapinski. Hunter Patrick Glem. Corey Goltz. Morgan Bernice Gutwald. Abigail Ann Grimm. Jonathan Winfield Hall. Aiden Cole Hamill. Wayne Gary Heron. Emily Ann Houseladen. Bryce Robert Haw. J. Curtis Hawker. Michael Lee Heinen. Jess Jacob Hellman. Samantha Jo Herbert. Carter Ray Herbst. Brooke Allison Holmes. Chase Michael Horrigan. Shane Stephen Hoskin. Paige Christine Hugg. Owen Paul Jackson. Emma Ann Johnson. Joelle Judith Ann Knapp. Wayne Garrett Crott. Devin James Comrie. Grayson Blake Lamphere. Nicholas Todd Larson. Joseph Dennis Lemke. Alyssa Ray Leopold. Travis James Lubrant. Zachary Donald Ludwig. Erica Jordan Mollis. Kate Marilyn Manalef. Timothy Paul Manthe. Taylor Sierra McGrath.
Tyler Jacob Mickelson. Lauren Margaret Myque. Alex Paige Marie Nedlin. Alyssa Jean Nelson. Taylor Ronald Ulrich. Dakota James Olson. Brandon Michael Oquist. Brianna Rose Ordorf. Okay. Dylan Isaac Patchen. Brandon Dean Paulson. Marissa Jean Peel. Jonathan Douglas Peterson. Logan Kenneth Peterson. Matthew Charles Peterson. Oren Kendall Prenti. Samantha Rosemarie Puffer. Kendall Lee Rensenbrink. Will Jacob Rensenbrink. Brandy May Wrinkle. Grace Lynn Rithmiller. Eleanor Rebecca Rittenauer. Andrew Force Roden. Joseph Dennis Rail.
Let's go, man.
Peyton Robert Rothenberg. Chloe Kaylin Rowland. Madeline Elizabeth Salgren. Craig James Santama. Barry Lynn Schmitz. Camden Marshall Seppala. Jeremiah Lucas Shoemaker. Ethan Jeffrey Shores. Alexis Ann Schufelt. Lauren Kelly Seamers.
Parker John Slade. Chloe Josephine Smith. Trenton Peter Smith. Michaela Paige Sorensen. Kendra Renee Steele. Haley May Streeter. Mason Allen Strombeck. Zachary Michael Tenhaken. Gage Isaac Thomas Ferry. Katrina Alexandra Tabin. Thomas John Trail. Madison Joy Trandall. Emily Jane Trudell. Chloe Eugenia Trubenbach. Mitchell Terrence Olwelling. Braden Charles Van Blericom. Brianna Lynn Van Donsel. Sonia Rose Vandenberg. Jalen Luis Verink. Katya Lynn Vikstrom. Ashley Ann Walter. Ben Mason Widener. Ethan Neal Wells. Sydney K. Widowich. Jesse Charles Wills. Cassie Elizabeth Windhauser. Crystal Lynn Zager. Alexander Joseph Ziegler. Nisa Marie Ziegler. Halevi Friedstrom.
hats, and then the music will go. Graduates, please rise. It's now time for you to join your classmates in the time-honored tradition of moving your tassel from right to left. Congratulations. You are graduates.